covering the northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. We are approaching the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the watchword remains preparedness. The Rotary clubs on Grand Bahama play a vital role during and after a storm, particularly with the distribution of water. President of the Rotary Club of Freeport, Darren Cooper, assuring the Grand Bahama community that they are prepared for any eventuality.
We don't wait for the disaster to come. We are prepared and we are ready. Our tanks are filled and we have a plan in place that once we are under a warning or a watch, we will then mobilize our manpower and our organization. We will make sure that all of the hurricane shelters are supplied with potable drinking water. And so we are ready. We are always ready.
Assistant District Governor Rangan Johnson says the Rotary clubs provide relief assistance in other areas as well.
We help with all shelter, we help with clothing and food items, and we do receive both locally as well as internationally, especially from District 699 money as well as other assistance as we need it, and they are very, very good neighbors to us.
A Christian leader who has been a part of the Grand Bahama community for over 3 decades, preparing to leave the island to assume a new post in the nation's capital. Tonight, the rector of the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King is reflecting on his time here on the island and shares what he is looking forward to as he prepares to transition into this new phase.
Well, I'm going to miss Grand Bahama a whole lot.
Rector of the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King, Archdeacon Harry Bain, preparing for a new post in the nation's capital, which is set to begin as of September 1st. Father Bain says that so far, the transition has been somewhat stressful. He is set to become the new rector of Christ Church Cathedral and will then assume the title of the Very Reverend Harry Bain.
There, my responsibilities will be similar to what it is here. Although in cathedrals, you know, there are lots of services on Sundays and, of course, during the week. And it is the center of the diocese, the mother church of the diocese. So there will be any number of diocesan services from time to time that I'd be responsible in terms of preparation for the services. And I'll also be a part of the Bishop's Advisory Council.
Archdeacon Bain says that he has been living on Grand Bahama for over 35 years and will surely miss this community. Since moving to the island, he says that he's had experiences throughout the island in various capacities through the Anglican Church.
I originally came to Grand Bahama from Governor's Harbour, Eleuthera, St. Patrick's Parish, under Bishop Eldon. I was transferred to Freeport High School, it was called then, as a teacher and chaplain. And then after I served a stint there, I came to Christ the King as an assistant, full-time assistant with Dean Foster Pestana, who was rector of Christ the King at the time.
As he prepares to assume his new post, Bain says that he is looking forward to meeting and getting to know his new parishioners.
My understanding is that it is a very busy place in the heart of the city, so there will be the challenge of ministry in the context of the city, reaching out to, I believe, the businesses in the area and business persons and people who work and traverse around the city, as well as the tourists that come in. They are quite regular into the cathedral because it's a historical building. So from that perspective, it's going to be a different type of ministry.
Archdeacon Bain says that he is grateful to everyone he has had an opportunity to work with on Grand Bahama, especially the Christ the King family. Now, Canon Norman Lightbourne will become the new rector of the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi and welcome. As I mentioned previously, traveler's diarrhea can become common during the summer months. If you think you may have traveler's diarrhea, drink 2 to 3 quarts of fluid per day. In the first 24 hours, the best fluids to drink are bottled fruit juices and beverages, caffeine-free soft drinks, hot tea, and broth. Try to match the amount of fluid lost in the stools with the amount of fluid taken orally. During the next 24 hours, eat bland foods such as rice, soup, bread, crackers, eggs, and cereals. Advance to regular foods after 2 to 3 days. In more severe cases, over-the-counter medications such as Pepto-Bismol or Imodium may help reduce symptoms and shorten the time it lasts. In order to prevent traveler's diarrhea, especially when traveling to foreign countries, avoid these foods: raw vegetables, raw fish, meat and dairy products, raw leafy vegetables, unpeeled fruits, tap water, ice, or any food from street vendors. Foods and drinks that are generally safe to eat and drink are well-cooked fish, meats, and vegetables served hot, carbonated beverages, and boiled or boiled water. These are a few helpful tips to keep you and your family healthy during your summer travel. If you have questions on how to stay healthy during your vacation, email askdrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Rumiko Knowles.